Having a good time today on the Afternoon Drivetime. And of course, Smackptarz Ms T in the building. We told you that we have a special guest joining us via Instagram. If you are on the radio right now, go straight to Instagram and go check out our special guest today on the show. Ms T, what do we have here?
What's up? What's up?
We have Ice Prince the money.
In the building, Ice Prince the money. When you hear that, you already know.
Booyah! Booyah!
You know the vibe. Good to see you.
What's up?
Good to see you.
Put me on top.
On top.
Call me Ice Prince the money. You already know.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's good to be with you here too, man.
Man.
If you don't mind me saying, I would say the new weight looks really good on you.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I've been getting a lot of shots.
Of course, it looks good.
People telling me I need to add muscle.
Yeah.
I need to add whatever. But yeah, man, I'm excited about how I look now, how I feel. Everything about me right now is just a little bit different, man. Like, it's the best decision I ever made, and I'm grateful that I got on this journey. You know.
Wow. That's super lit. And how was the journey for you? Because I know it takes a lot, consistency and everything. How was it?
You know, funny enough, the journey has been very, very easy, very, very smooth. You know, I thought it was going to be something that was going to be impossible for me. Like, I thought I couldn't do without rice. I thought I couldn't do without, like liquor. I thought I couldn't do without certain things, but it was quite easy for me. You know, in the beginning, I just heard a word from one of my friends that just kind of like changed everything for me, and that's Chopsticks, the producer Chopsticks. He just said something to me that just sunk in a different way from how I ever heard it. He just said to me, when we're dropping the last project called Starters, he just said to me, yo, Ice, we need to lose some weight, lose the belly, present this project with a new look. And that just kind of like touched me differently, and I got plugged in immediately, and it was quite easy. It was very easy. Before now, I couldn't do without rice. Like, rice was my biggest enemy there. Like, if I sneeze before, rice will come off my nose. You feel me? But
it seems rice is your favorite food.
It used to be, but not anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
you broke
not
up.
anymore. I have so many delicacies that I'm into right now. Like, I eat rice like once a month now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You're determined, I can say.
Definitely,
you're determined. It takes
determination.
determination. I said you're determined. It takes determination to actually do that type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, determination, discipline. Discipline is a key word, I believe. You know what I mean? Like, it takes discipline, but mind power, willpower, and I was able to, imbibe all of those things. I'm not a very I'm actually a disciplined person, and this journey actually taught me that, you know what I mean? I was able to lock in and just lock in properly, even down to like things like sleep. I used to be a late night person. I used to like record most of my music at night. I used to do a lot of things at night. These days I can't stay up past 10 p.m. When it's 10 p.m. I'm going to bed, because sleep is very important, very important for the journey as well. So I just had to be disciplined at certain stuff.
We're proud. We're proud to hear that.
We're proud to hear that.
It looks good on you.
Thank you. There's a whole lot more, obviously. This is just on the surface.
But still, you still look good.
We love it. All right, so let's talk about the new album. From the Everybody Love Ice Prince album, Fire of Zamani. Just to the word, Cold, Fire and Ice, Starters, now Testimony of Grace. How has been a journey for you?
It's been glory be to God. First of all, let me start by saying that, from my very first album, Everybody Loves Ice Prince, like you said, that was an album that had songs like Ole Cool.
Yes.
That was an album that had Superstar, Juju,
Somebody
Magic Shine. That album introduced me to the world and gave me a platform to be who I turned out to be, you know what I mean? And from my second album, which was Fire of Zamani, I was already going like international. I was already recording with international artists. I was starting to win awards like the BET Awards. I was the first African artist to go on stage to receive that award. That was a huge moment in my life. And fast forward to 2026, the fact that I'm still able to, put out music and do what I love is more than a blessing. Is a testimony of grace for me, literally. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's a moment of joy. It's a moment of gratitude. It's me, saying thank you, not just to myself, but to God, to the universe, to the fans who listen to me, who even, care to even hear what I have to say in a song. And it's a feeling of gratitude, and that's why I named the album Testimony of Grace. I feel so much grace in my life, and it's something that I'm grateful for.
Super grateful for life, and the journey so far.
Yeah.
And I heard this is your last album. How true is that?
Yes, I hope it is. I think it is.
I hope not.
Want it to be.
I hope not. I hope not.
I hope it is. Honestly, I want it to be because this is the reason why. Right now I'm 37 years old. I'm gonna be 40 in literally like 3 years, obviously. And I feel like at that age, at 40, I don't think I want to be chasing the culture of album releases and album dropping. You know what I mean? Not to say I don't intend to make music at 40. Okay. No, that's not the case.
Okay.
Of course, I'm still gonna make music. I have a studio in my house. I don't intend to sell my studio equipment. I don't intend to burn them down. So I'm obviously gonna keep making music at that age. But the idea of album releases and stuff like that, I don't think I intend to be chasing that at that age. I have other goals for when I'm 40. I want to focus on agriculture and farming when I'm 40. Yes, honestly, I want to focus on my farm when I'm at that age.
Fair.
And besides that, I really do think that the culture of album releases is dying. I feel like that album release culture is not existent like I knew it to be when I came into the game. You feel me? So the hunger for releasing albums is not there no more. Artists want to put out singles or put out EPs these days. That culture of album releases is not there like I used to know it. That's the second reason. And the third reason will be that, every rapper or every musician that I admire and looked up to, they at a certain point in their life, they came through to say, this is my last album. Even though they came back to drop albums afterwards, but Jay-Z did that, Nas did that. You know what I mean? So I felt, this is the perfect one to do that with as well. But my first reason is the main reason. I want to be doing some other things when I'm 40 years old. Feel me?
Nice.
Okay, so I would ask you, what is your favorite track on the album?
Oh man, that's a hard, tough question, man. I don't know if I have a favorite track on the album.
Okay.
But just because you're a sweetheart and I want to give you an answer, I'll probably pick up Dear Mama featuring Lona, because that is a very personal song. That's a song that I wrote for my parents. The first verse is to my mom. The second verse is to my dad. And if you know me, I'm an only son who lost his parents at a young age. My pops died at 99. My mom passed away in 2011. So I've literally been an orphan navigating this world, So that song is very personal to me. And apart from the fact that I featured Lona on it, I also had one of my closest friends. His name is UAX. Who also featured on the record. So it's a very personal song for me, and I love it a lot.
Oh, we wish you all the best. And I would say it's actually a very nice song.
Yeah.
Thank you. So everybody who has the same experience or maybe shares the same sort of pain or shares the same sort of, experience as me, that song is for you, just to keep you encouraged, to let you know that you're not alone,
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the hardest song to make?
The hardest song?
Yeah.
The hardest song to put together?
Yeah.
Maybe Baby Boy.
Really?
All right? Maybe Baby Boy featuring Nikos. And I want to give a big shout out to Nikos for coming through so smooth, so amazing on that record. Before I sent that song to Nikos, I had sent it to two other artists who turned it down. I wish I could call them out right now.
It's safe.
I wish I could call them out right now, but in as much as I still love this artist, I still want to work with this artist, I still have hopes of working with this artist. I sent it to two different artists, that told me, nah, they're not feeling, they were not feeling the vibe.
That's sometimes it's something that just happened when artists are not really feeling connected to a particular song, and not necessarily because the song is bad, but probably because they're not feeling it at the moment. And I love what Isis
So with Head
said.
Commode,
Okay.
I sent that record to, apart from Sauce Kid, who came through. Big shout out to Sauce Kid, amazing,
Sinzu.
amazing, one of my favorite rappers.
Sinzu.
Delivered almost immediately.
Yes.
I sent that record to Nato C.
Whoa.
So yeah, I was talking about Head Commode, the record featuring Sauce Kid, Sinzu, and Medica from Ghana.
Okay.
So I wanted that song. My initial plan for the record was for me, Sauce Kid, and Nato C to be on that record. And my OG Nato turned me down on the record.
Wow.
I felt very bad, but I still
Yeah.
love him though. I love him so much. I'm always gonna love Nato C. That's one of my favorite rappers ever. But yeah, he turned me down on the record. And then I reached out to Reminisce, who just Reminisce just longed me for like. I still love him though, because he gave me some legitimate reasons why he couldn't come through for me on time, and I was running out of time, to make it happen. So I reached out to YC, and then again the same thing. YC long bits,
Oh my God.
I still love him. That's still my guy. And yeah, so the record was almost just gonna be me and Sinzu on it. But then I don't know, something my ancestors told me to reach out to Medica.
Medical.
And I never had any like serious relationship with Medica. We never, chalked it up that much.
Yeah.
But as soon as I reached out to him, he was legit humble, he was legit amazing, and he gave me a stellar verse.
Whoa.
Which just turned out to be one of my favorite verses on the album. So yeah, there you have it. A Head Come Up remix with Sinzu and Medica was one difficult record to put together, because all my brothers turned me down from Nigeria. Nato C, Reminisce, YC. You know what I mean? I still love them though.
Yeah.
My guys. Yeah, man, that's what happened. But yeah.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah, but the thing is, you never say never. There could be another chance to work with them.
Yeah, of course. I'm still gonna, of course. And guess what? Me and Reminisce have records for his upcoming project. I'm still gonna reach out to YC for other stuff. I'm still gonna reach out to NATO, of course. Like I hold no grudge against these guys. I have no ill feelings towards them. This is just gist I'm telling you, honestly. speaking.
And we appreciate it.
We love
We
it.
appreciate we appreciate you for telling us.
All right, so I suppose you're one of those that have been able to, as a matter of fact, on one of your songs, I can't really remember the title of the song. You talked about how you were able to be successful as a rapper, as an hip hop artist in Nigeria. You talk about you bought your Bentley and a couple of houses. I remember that line, but I can't remember the song specifically.
Both Bentley and a 3-story crib at the same time.
Yes.
Sucks when I hear rappers they ain't getting the same shine.
Yes.
That's the first song that's the intro.
Yes, I remember that line. So you've been able to achieve all of these over the years, and people are still saying that hip hop is not really where it is in Nigeria. What would you have to say about that conversation?
Well, I think Nigerian hip hop can be in a better place for sure. Even though I'm very proud of a lot of artists that are staying true and keeping it real with the hip hop genre. But I think they could do better still. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm very proud of a lot of them. I'm very proud of Black Bones. I'm very proud of Psycho YP, Odumodu Black, Jerick the Hustler. These guys are doing amazing stuff. Ajebo Hustlers. But we could still do better, because I remember like when I came up in the game, it was still hip hop or rap wasn't as appreciated as it should have been. They were still comparing us to South African hip hop back then. They were still saying, South African hip hop is the shit, is whatnot. But I'm an example of one of those artists that I would say God has been so good to. You know what I mean? Like, I bought my Bentley in 2013. You know what I mean? I bought my first crib in 2015, and I bought these things off of music, straight up music. And in a lot of my music, I rap. So you would consider me a hip hop artist. So that hip hop for me, the kind of hip hop I made, paid me enough to do certain, to set up my life in a certain way, and that's what I was referencing in that song. I'm truly grateful for that chance that God gave me. But also my advice up to hip hop artists is to actually stay true to their environment. You know, that was something that I did that helped me back then. I was able to understand that, in as much as I want to rap this out of the world sci-fi bars, this straight from the moon type of bars. I needed to also cater to my people, which is make music that my people could understand. Now, in a layman's term, you could say dumb it down, but when I say dumb it down, sometimes it almost seems like I'm calling my people dumb, like you have to be dumb for people to get you. That's not what I mean. You need to understand that you come from an environment where people speak pidgin English, people relate in broken English lingo, so you could try and inculcate that in your music sometimes. Definitely. People love Wambe, people love to dance, so there's nothing wrong with rapping over danceable beats or hip-hop beats or Afro beats type of instrumentals. That's what I mean by understanding your environment and making stuff that caters to your people, because a lot of times hip-hop artists just want to rap like Kendrick Lamar and in Ojuelegba, and expect Ojuelegba people to buy it. It's not gonna work. It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
You're not gonna be rapping Big Sean verses to people in Onisha and expect them to buy that music. You feel me? So sometimes you just need to understand your environment and make music for your people. Be true to yourself and your environment. That's my advice to them. And maybe you'll be able to buy your own Bentleys and buy your own cribs.
True.
That makes sense. So I will take you back to Oleku. For somebody that have not probably heard the song before, what does that song represent in your entire career?
Oleku?
Yes.
I mean, at this point, you can call it a classic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
I still get booked off of that song. Like, almost 16 years later, people, I can't do any show without performing Oleku. I'm still hearing remixes of Oleku coming up today. In fact, one of the biggest remixes on TikTok right now is an Oleku remix. Like, it's going off crazy. And shout out to that DJ who put that together.
It's a jam.
16 years later, people are still making remixes of Oleku and jamming it all over the world. Weddings are going crazy with Oleku.
Yes.
I want to say that's grace. That's again a part of my testimony of grace. You know what I'm saying? Actually. Like when we made that song, really we didn't think it was gonna live this long.
Yeah.
And shout outs to Brymo, shout outs to Jesse Jags, who produced the record with me. I think we made a classic. At this point you can say that we made a classic with that one. And that's part of my testimony of grace. Shout out to everybody that has been rocking that song, man. Shout out to Priscilla Bassi. She says it's an evergreen song. Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you, Weso Jibo. Thank you, Freke Music. Everybody on here that's talking about that, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm still on the road performing Oleku worldwide, and that's graceful.
All right, that's amazing.
How do you always want people to remember Ice Prince? Every time, every day, every opportunity they get.
How I want them to remember Ice?
Yes.
For being a cool cat, man. I'm a super cool cat.
Super cool cat. Always.
As you see me, so I know like wahala. Just I'm a chill, just like my name is, man. I'm chill. I'm relaxed. I don't get involved with drama. I don't get involved with stuff that does not suit me. I don't clout chase. I don't push narratives to push my music, for example. Like, somebody was telling me the other day, like, yo, you just drop album, make it do something controversial. I'm like, nah, nigga, that has never Ice. I could never bait, do stuff for baits, and I'm just I'm just a cool cat. That's what I want you to remember me for, man. Like
Super cool cat.
Yeah.
somebody who came here, made music, and stayed consistent to who I am. I'm a J-Town boy, J-Town ambassador. I carry that
Period.
everywhere I go. I'm very proud of my city. I'm very proud of where I come from.
Yeah.
And I want to always represent my people and, be true to myself.
Okay.
Amazing,
That's
amazing.
nice. Okay, for everyone who has grown with you, what is your message to them as you step into this new chapter?
To everyone who looks up to me,
Yeah, and they've grown with you.
so if you look up to me, I guess you most likely would be a musician or maybe an aspiring artist.
Okay.
My advice is to use me as an example. Look at me as an example. Earlier in this interview, I was telling you how I'm an orphan and an only son. Like, I had it rough growing up. I grew up in just crisis, and if you know the history of what that is, it was something very terrible. I probably wouldn't have been alive. I'm probably not even supposed to be here. So if you look at all my imperfections and my story, you should be able to tell yourself, that if this guy can make it to where he is, then nobody has an excuse to fail. So to anybody who looks up to me, my advice is, just keep it going. Know God, because God is everything and everything is God. I put God first in everything that I do. And yeah, if I can make it, you can make it. Anybody's bound to make it. Shout out to Phenom. I see Phenom in the building. Phenom, that's one of my favorite rappers in the world. Phenom is definitely one of my favorite rappers in the world, and I see him putting that fire in the comments.
Shout out
to
Phenom,
my guy.
Shout out to earlier on the radio.
And yeah, man, like
we actually played Mo Cheddar and Phenom. We played that song.
Oh man, Phenom is ill. Phenom is sick. Phenom is one of my favorite rappers. Any day, any time, and on any beat, put him on with any rapper. Phenom will always stand out. Yeah, man, we're planning his wedding very soon.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Man,
really?
is getting married soon.
Okay.
I don't know if I was supposed to tell you that,
But the cat is out of the bag anyway, so we know.
I don't cast down.
Now we know. All right, now let's talk about Chalk City, because there's no way we talk about Ice Prince, your journey, and we're not going to talk about it, Chalk Boys. And how have that era, the Chalk Boy era, how have that impacted you, your growth and everything? How has that been of impact to you?
Yeah. Again, the Chalk Boy era, very amazing time, a very glorious time of my life. I always refer to that as my school, my school of hard knocks. Obviously, like that's where I learned how to do what I do and do well. I came up under rappers like MI, rappers like Jesse Jaggs. And if you know these guys and their pen game, you know that you can't even rap next to them if you're not, if you don't have your own substance. You know what I'm saying? Like, so growing up with them was definitely a privilege and an honor. And, being the Chalk Boys movement, I wrote some of the biggest songs that the Chalk Boys dropped. I wrote some songs for my brothers as well that turned out to be some of the biggest songs in their careers. I'm very honored to have done that, proud of that moment. And, Chocolate City is home for me forever, man. It's my family forever and ever and ever. And I'll always be that. I'll always represent for those who put me on, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to Aldo Mekori, Paul Okubo, Yahaya Mekori, the owners of the record label. Those are still my OGs still today. Those are still the people I consult, when I'm trying to do anything in my life, So, and yeah, that's one thing I also want you to remember me for. I'm that guy who, from the beginning of my career till now, you would never hear any fights between me and Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? That's something that tends to be common in our industry. A lot of times artists leave their label and it's always a drama. There's always a drama between artists and labels. I promise you that you will never hear that between Ice and Chocolate City. You've never heard that and you will never hear that. So to those people who look up to me, I think you should take that part of me as well as an attribute. You know what I mean? It'll be everything be fights. It'll be everything be feud. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you can always sort out things through dialogue or behind closed doors. And yeah, man, that's why it's possible for me to still go back to Chocolate City in 2026 and say I want to put out an album. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had burned those bridges, I won't be able to do that. I won't be able to go back to them now and say, oh, let's put out an album. And to even have them put their whole into it, like literally the whole team on Chocolate City is on this project, trying to make sure this project goes out the way it's supposed to go out. And I'm truly, truly grateful to Chalk City, man. They've been my home from the beginning of my career up until now, and I stand behind them forever, man.
All right, shout out to Chalk City. So,
and I have to give a special shout out to Abuchi, who's the CEO of Chocolate City.
Shout out.
Just a little background story. If you don't know, Abuchi is the person who mixed and mastered Oleku back then.
Wow.
Like back then, Abuchi was our engineer in the studio. And if you listen to Oleku at the end, when I go, don't boost on the mix, baby.
Yeah.
Good. That don't boost. In fact, I was the one who named him Don Boost. Back then, we were just kids. And I started calling him a Don from way back then. I never thought he was going to end up being the CEO of Chocolate City in 2026.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And this is the man behind people like Black Bones, like Young John, like, artists like CK, artists like Noon Dave, Major AJ. There's a lot of them that, like Chocolate City is working with. And I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of the whole team. Femi, Taiwo, Hannah, Uju, IB. I could go on and on. I'm really, really proud of these guys, man. I'm honestly proud of Chocolate City. I think Chocolate City is the best record label to ever come out of Africa. Period.
I agree. Period. All right, before we wrap up the interview, let's play the song with Niniola, I Class. That's a jam.
Yes,
Talk to us about that link up first before we play the song. Briefly.
I Class. What can I say? To the QOAH. If you don't know what that is, the queen of Afro House.
I agree.
Niniola. What more can I say, man? Blessed, man. I'm so happy that I finally got to do a record with her because I'm a huge fan of her. One of my favorite Nigerian songs ever. Like, if I were to list my top 10 favorite songs, it would be Sika. Sika by Niniola will be one of those songs. So I'm a huge fan of Niniola, and to finally get to put out music with her is more than amazing. She's been gracious from day one. Big shout out to Young Willis as well. Young Willis is one of the biggest producers that we have in the country right now. When Willis first moved to Lagos, he produced a song for me called I Feel Good, I Feel Nice. And at the time, he was just like an upcoming producer. So to go from Feel Good to where we are right now, to see him do what he has done in the industry and how many hits he's delivered, I'm really, really proud of him. And this is one of those songs that really I let Young Willis take. I had creative control over the song, but I let Young Willis direct me. Like the rap, I'm rapping on it. He didn't write it for me, but he told me how to rap it. You know what I mean? He's the one that said, he gave me the cadence and he gave me the flow, and I listened to him, and we made magic at the end of the day. Niniola came through, gave us a beautiful sound to it, and the video was shot by Finboy. How I met Finboy was I went to do Worry Again, the concept Worry Again, and when we went Worry, I just went downstairs for a smoke. I used to smoke then. I stopped smoking now. I don't smoke no more.
Okay.
No more. I'm 2 months old into not smoking.
Okay.
But back then I went downstairs. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I went downstairs to have a smoke, and I met this guy who told me he's a film director. He liked to do something for me. He showed me, a video that he did, and he had just done The Joy Is Coming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for Fido.
So I was like, this guy is not bad actually. And then we exchanged contact, became friends, and I was able to bring him on board to shoot this video for me. So God had a way of doing things with this particular song, and everything just panned out right. So big shout outs to Film Boy, big shout outs to Young Willis, Niniola, and her whole team. And high class, man. It's one for the clubs. The DJs love it.
Yes, it is. It's a jam.
It's a jam.
I love the video too.
It's amazing, actually. But right now, let's know what Ice Prince is planning. Are we expecting you on tour anytime soon? UK? What's the plan from here?
Yeah, I'm coming to you're talking about tours, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm coming to the UK. I'm touring the UK starting from the 20th of this month.
Wow.
20th of May, that is.
Okay.
Are we May?
Yeah, we are May.
May. Yeah. I'm going to be touring the UK.
Okay.
And I can't tell you every city that I'm going to off the top of my head, but I know the flyers are up. I'm going around. If you go on my Instagram, the flyer is up there on my retweets. and I'm doing this tour with Olamide Baron.
Whoa.
So big shout outs to Baron. You know,
Baron.
he's taking me around the UK, and we intend to do we intend to do Europe after that. But before I hit the UK on Tuesday, May 12th, we are launching this album properly at Tuesday Africa in Lagos.
Ooh.
And it's gonna be an amazing show. I'm gonna be giving my all to that show. So if you're in and around Nigeria or Lagos, pull up to Lagos on May 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, we're launching the Testimonial of Grace.
We'll be there.
Proper.
We'll be there. Some of our team will be there as well.
Yes.
Definitely
yes.
have to be there. Definitely.
Yes,
definitely.
we'd love to host you for sure.
Oh, definitely. We will make it. We have to definitely make it to the launch. All right. Ice Prince, has been a great time talking to you
sir.
today. Really enjoyed the conversation.
Yes.
Feels good connecting with a new Ice right now.
Thank you. I can't wait to link up with you guys in person, man.
Of
Honestly,
course. We've
Yeah.
had so
I
much
had fun having this conversation with you. Even though Nepa tried to ruin it a little bit, but
But yeah, we still shine at the end of the day.
thank you for the love. Thank you for playing the music. Thank you for keeping me
You're
alive.
welcome.
Literally.
You're welcome. We wish you all the best. We wish you all
God
the
bless.
best.
And also the video is out, iClass, YouTube, I'm sure.
Everywhere.
Yeah, High Class is the video is up. You can check it out. We already shot the video for Nice One with Skibby. I just got the first cut to that video. It's
Nice
looking
one.
beautiful. I
Nice
can't wait
one.
to put it out.
Nice one.
But yeah, there's a couple more videos coming from the album. But for now, High Class is up there. You can
Yeah.
check it out.
Check it out. So you heard that from Ice Prince. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. Thank
God
you.
bless.
Bless up, Ice. Oh
Cosoro
yeah.
Afrobeats
You
to
know
the
the
world.
vibe. You know the vibe already.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Love.
thank you, love
All
always.
right.
Great
Bye.
time with Ice Prince Zamani. If you're not on our Instagram, you must absolutely missed out on that one.
Mm-hmm.